in my head.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to VanillaTV. Yes, we have to start at the second map, Snakewater, happening here in just a second. We are back on webcam, so hi. How are you guys doing here on Valentine's Day? It's a beautiful day, except for the fact that it's Valentine's Day, James. I'm sure you'll feel the same. It's a bit of a weird day, isn't it?
I'm cool, man. I'm a sexual camel, you know. I didn't have a Valentine's Day last year either, man. I can just...
Did you get any secret admirer?
Store it all up. Store it all up. Yeah.
Secret
no
admirer
cards.
Or something? No, nothing?
Not even my mum had the decency to send me a card and pretend it was from someone else.
My mom did call me, actually, saying, hey, did you get a card or something like that? I was like, no.
Just to rub it in.
Sorry.
She was like, no.
Yeah. It was a little bit depressing. But no, as I said during the end of that, like between Golden Cap and regular map, I do love all nerds. So today, ladies and gentlemen, you're all my Valentine's Day, including you, James. Everyone is going to be my Valentine today, as we're doing a Team Fortress 2 show on Valentine's Day. What more is better? And to be fair, just grab a drink, grab something to eat, and just enjoy the show. That's pretty much the best we're going to be able to do for you guys and for us, I guess, as well. Let's see. 10K was it, right? Yeah, I am going to... Are you on 10K already? Admirable.
Mate, I am so ready.
Oh, you're so ready.
As the great man once said, my body is ready.
Animal's ready as well. So I'm just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the second map right now. This has already been played. It is the ETF2L Division 1 Week 2 match, actually. That is live. Well, not right now, but it has been live, obviously. But there was a Premiership game happening at the time. And Ali, actually, my co-caster Ali from... a couple of nights ago, obviously. Everyone should know him by now.
What? You've been castling with other men?
I've been casting with other men, but it wasn't today. Dude,
how could you do this to me?
Dude. You're playing in a team and stuff. You're playing with other man. There you go. You're playing with other man. I'm just casting with other man.
Patrick. My little cuddle bug. I thought we had a special connection.
So sorry.
Clearly not.
Sorry. So sorry.
Oh, sorry. Old grandma's going to be writing comments now.
Yeah.
About this gay cast, so just calm down.
Either way, guys, my heart will go on. I know you guys all heard it on stream just a second ago. Me and Animal were looking at some sort of cheesy Valentine's Day songs for you guys. We hope you enjoyed that. We're going back into the game right now, though, as Snakewater is about to go live, because that's when we wanted to go live. Logs.tf is going to be playing in the blue once again. I am switching to game, Animal. I hope you do the same, because I'll also look a little bit stupid during the game. And I'm going to turn my webcam off in a bit as well, so the microphone quality is all perfectly fine. No spoilers, please, in chat. That would be lovely. I don't know what the ending of that game is going to be. But right now, I'm switching to the game, and I'm going to do a little bit of a countdown, both for Admirable and for Animal, obviously, so that we're all synced and everything is perfectly fine. Once again, I'm back into the game. I need to find my damn cursor, because I always lose my cursor. There it is. So I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and go. Obviously, this wasn't take 10,000. I am going to switch a couple of players. And I know this game is going to go live in about 20 seconds. So we're just literally going to have to sit here for a little bit. Gives me the time to put my webcam off. Admirable, sorry, you won't be able to see me anymore. And as we did that, both our audio should be fine once again. Both of these teams are going to be ready. I have no idea what the score is. James does know what the score is because he's a cheater. I said this multiple times already, but with that map as a first map, like Badlands was the first map in this exchange, and then they went on to play Snakewater. How does a Golden Cap affect you in your mind, James? I know you haven't had a lot of Golden Cap specifically, but after a very, very tight game, how do you go into the second game? Do you try to calm everyone down, or do you try to hype everyone up again because everyone seems to be tired?
Well, it's sort of a roller coaster ride for UV. They were behind for so long. They came back. They had the opportunity to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, but they failed, and I guess they just have to move on and accept that they're playing for a draw here at best. Right now, though, it's both teams playing standoffish. Furbo overextends first, gets picked off. Shifty comes in, actually gets empty. I thought he was going for that medic pick, but Whiteglow was well positioned to avoid that. So Logs giving away 2 easy picks there in the middle. They're already all the way back. They've recognized that it would have been a bad idea to stay in and contest that CP3. They're back on their own CP2, but they're not just up top yet. They have managed to make it onto that high ground. And, oh, look at this. Hildreth gets dropped. Ritalin tries to run forward to save him, but it's too late, Pledge.
Yeah, Ritalin ran forward, kind of abandoning his team, saying, I need to save you, Hildreth! But much like Titanic, that isn't actually how it works, because Hildreth immediately went down, Ritalin was not able to save him, and the Russians immediately countering that by just picking up the point, getting Shifty down, but it is for a good cause, because Redzzzz goes down as well. 5 versus 5, going here into last, though, as UV Gaming pressuring this pretty much as hard as they can, and they are getting a couple of frags here, but there's a lot of pressure on them as well. Can they push on, or is Logs going to be able to hold this? It very, very much so looks like, as Hildreth goes down, as everyone from Logs goes down, Sheepy gets a nice double, but UV Gaming is going to shoot out of those starting blocks, getting the 1-0 lead very, very quickly.
Yeah, Ritalin unable to save Hildreth, I guess. He was the Jack to Ritalin's Rose. Oh yes, bit of a Titanic reference for their plate as we go to another middle. Oh man, I'm loving this Valentine's Day theme. Hildreth rolling in from that lower side, picking up the med pack. Meanwhile, Spirit comes in from Sawroom. Both demo men trade stickies, but it's Hildreth who's coming out on top in terms of damage. Will the scouts of Logs pick up on that? No, both teams, again, sitting quite far back. The big bomb in from zooob, though, he manages to get out alive. Sensational. They're taking a lot of fire and a lot of attention, allowing Hildreth to pick up a frag onto Redzzzz. Empty goes down, and the player advantage is well in favour of Logs as they move on to the point and clean up the players behind. They picked up reko as well. Both scouts down. That means there's no real threat of a backcap here as they move forward into this Uber versus Uber battle. So that's going to give them a lot of confidence, a lot of focus to be able to just have tunnel vision here as they proceed towards the lobby and just put a lot of hurt onto the UV combo, forcing them to Uber out as they come in. Ritalin pops off the counter Uber to see if his teammates doesn't drop a single player this time. Well done, Ritalin. We're seeing some progress.
Yeah, UV was a little bit out of position there. I get why they want to get the Ubers out of the equation, though. MT and Sheepy both go down here, and it's 1 frag each. But now Furbo shooting it into next gear, taking down Reko here, and that's two players down now for UV. They gotta have to back off, gotta have to build that Uber, make sure they have it in time, because when Ritalin and the rest of Logs are going to be pushing here, you want to have that Uber advantage, or at least the Uber charge, because being in a disadvantage and getting knocked down, I think Ritalin can tell you that twice in a row it happened on Battlelands there at the very end, where he got taken down between 95 and 100%. It's the worst thing in the universe to have that happening to you as a medic, and UV is doing a perfectly fine job, is building that as fast as they can, and even though Hildreth comes flying in trying to take someone down, a soldier as well, Whiteglow uses, okay, he didn't have to, but he does use, and that's a great force coming out. It took a demo man and a soldier and a scout to make that happen, though, and maybe even a second
maybe two scouts
down as well. Yep.
Yeah, like there's a point where, like, let's draw two lines here. The point where it's how many players do you sacrifice to force the Uber? They still have the advantage here. They've got enough time for spawns to come in, but they popped off that Uber, so really they don't have much of an advantage. They picked up 2 frags, so no demo man. That is so crucial. Spirit is just out of sync with his team there on the retreat, and Logs, I guess they actually engineered that one beautifully.
The trade started off okay, but after that it was just a train wreck for UV. Spirit went down and he was very much out of position, and after that suddenly 2 players got the free roam down the bottom, managing to sneak behind the UV combo, took down Whiteglow, took down the soldier. I think it was Atomic trying to defend him as much as possible, but the score immediately equalized, and we're not even 5 minutes into the game. It's 1-0, and this map, it looks like, at least at the start, it's very much closer than the start was on Battlelands. Remember, UV managed to pull that one back. How is this first half going to go to them, though? At this moment in time, it looks like they get quite a bit of damage done, and UV Gaming seems to be they seem to be ahead in health. But obviously that's not really a clear answer, as right now it seems to be 4-3, 3-3. It can still go either way because Whiteglow is still alive, and it's 2 fragging players versus 3. And now it's 1 fragging player versus 2, but obviously it's a demo man medic going up against soldier demo man, and well, logs.tf is actually playing this very well because they're as aggressive as they should be. I think in the end UV Gaming is going to pick up this middle first.
Yeah, the fact that Logs have actually, or sorry, UV Gaming have actually got some time in the point means it's going to take a few seconds to decay, so that allows the spawns to come in for UV. They're going to be able to push forward here once they clear these stickies. They're really considering it. They're having second thoughts. They decide to switch to the balcony, but they find a soldier there. Great read from zooob. Bombs in, gets that force, allowing his team to back off with no more casualties. That was just a great read from zooob there. Saw that they were delaying from the Sorum. Bombs in to try and get the force. Actually finds a medic right in front of him. Just beautiful. And UV are going to pick up the point, but now it is a clear Uber advantage for Ritalin.
Hildreth again. Hildreth seems to be doing this all the time, James, where he just goes in a little bit as like the first guy to go in. God, who was that demo that always did that as well? I think
Rib.
it was, I'm quite sure it was Rib, indeed, who always used to go in first in those kind of exchanges. And while Hildreth does get taken down, they're going to pick up the middle point for it. And obviously with that Uber advantage, that was to be expected. But it's kind of, it's a trade-off. Like, a lot of teams seem to favor having a Demoman go in very aggressive and then having him picked up by the medic as he retreats out. Sometimes they're preferring a roamer to jump in and then jump back. It's a little bit of a, I don't know, like a playstyle sort of decision. As we can see right now, the Ubers do get popped off here onto and around this second point. But UV Gaming has a positional advantage here onto the players of Logs. Ritalin can't get out, barely gets out of there. But he is going to manage to make it. Shifty now very, very weak though, but the second soldier there, zooob, coming in to help him out. But look at the health on Logs, and it is going to prove dividends right there to UV, that they were able to spam them out, get a lot of damage done, get more Logs players, and got a couple of frags in return.
Yeah, Logs really throwing good health after bad there. zooob jumped in to try and save Shifty, but just ended up going down himself. It was one soldier for two, a good exchange for UV, and now they're pushing forward here. They have a little Uber advantage, but it's going to be a non-Uber battle as we see Hildreth coming forward, looking for his team to come in and support him, but that's left his medic exposed as soldier comes in to try and save Hildreth. He's Ritalin wide open to a bomb from Empty, who just doesn't miss from that range. Ritalin down, big advantage here for Whiteglow. He almost has that charge, but he goes down 94%, and everybody just standing in that funnel of death, that slope. As soon as the medic went down for Logs, that was the signal they needed. Everybody go balls deep here. We got to get this medic, and they end up picking up a whole team. Not bad, Pledge. That's
just something, definitely, that's an exchange you'd want to have as often as you possibly can. As we can see, Ritalin now spawning, Whiteglow spawning at the same time as the Russian medic going to use crit streak here. I'm going to assume that he's not, and yes, he is indeed not going to do it, but I wouldn't stand it past him that he is going to do that. And look at that, Scout suiciding in Furbo, but Furbo is also the designated sniper as far as I know for Logs. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just did that for the sole purpose of, if I get him down, perfect, if I don't, I'm switching to sniper anyway.
Yeah, we got Redzzzz sniping as well here. And it's going to be a little bit of a sniper battle. You called it, Pledge. There he is. I think you've watched this demo before.
No.
What the hell?
It's common sense, James. Not a lot of people have that nowadays. Let's put it that
Especially
way.
not me. You may have watched me play medic. Crazy. Right now, he has landed headshot onto Demo, though, but that's giving away his position. Furbo knows exactly where Redzzzz is. Hello, Redzzzz. Is wise to switch and change over to the other side. I think that's the Sniper 101. I'm talking about real-life snipers here. That you try and alter your position. You don't keep shooting from the same place or might get artillery fired upon, Pledge.
That's what I do when I play engineer in pubs nowadays in Dust Bowl. That I keep changing my sentry's positions, so that people, every time they Uber in, they're like, where the hell is that thing? Works perfectly fine, man. Seriously. Alright.
So always Furbo's playing the lower angle. You might get that
HP.
leg shot. Ooh. I've died many a times to that one, man.
It's one hell of a shot. Like, it's this sort of weird angle. I think I died to that about 20 times in one season. I couldn't get used to it because every time I thought it was safe, I still got leg shotted. It's such a horrible angle for a medic. As Furbo right now peeks, gets shots down. As Russians are unbelievably good at sniping. I can tell you that. In any game, Russians are really good at sniping. TF2 is not an exception to that one. At UV, they're sick of it. They're like, screw this. We're not going to sit here all day long. Let's push this.
What do you call the guy? Enemy at the
gate. Their way through. Furbo's heavy though. Go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to name that Russian sniper. Vasily Zaitsev, is it? But right now, we do see Ubers exchanged in the lobbies, and there is a back cap attempt on as zooob goes for the big back cap attempt. Gets denied by Empty. Actually trades with him. Both soldiers down there. One soldier apiece. But the heavy weapons guy is going to be telling here for Logs. They have no Uber charge on either side. That means the heavy has a big health advantage.
But you kind of want to go when there wasn't a sniper. Like I said this before, when I was casting 2 days ago with Ali, and it was also on Snakewater. We thought it was the last game on Snakewater this season, like at least for the next couple of weeks. But when there's a heavy, like on offense, if you use a heavy, but you're up against a sniper, unless the sniper's really, really bad, it's not going to be a useful heavy. It's just not. Like, that's kind of the sort of effect that I've seen on Snakewater so far. Like, especially on your team, like, if you're defending last Admirable and you have Tavika Sniper, you're not going to be scared of a heavy popping out for the offensive team. You're not.
I don't know, man. I think heavies are like Tavik's kryptonite. He just misses and misses.
Yeah,
it's like, you never... It's so slow. It's too easy, man. It's too easy to hit. You just can't do it. And they have decided to sacrifice players here. Big bomb in from Logs. Gets the force off. Now,
it's
how will
gonna be
UV
3
react
again,
this?
though. It's gonna be 3.
Oh. Yep, but last time UV sort of overcommitted to this repush when they were trying to use their numbers to force the medic. Right now, they've just got one scout on the point. They're trying to bait logs forward. Are the rest of their players actually coming forward? Where is the rest of UV? No, they're just sort of peeking in the lobby here. They're going to try and hold lobby, stall them out as much as possible, but it's quite likely they're not going to have Ubercharge in time, so that is a well-executed force from logs as they have retaken control of the lobby. They still have their medic up, 50% advantage.
They're gonna come though. They're gonna come in from left-hand side. Redzzzz and Sheepy exchange tracks, perfectly fine. It's a sniper for a scout, and they're gonna light that with their heavy onto logs. And oh my god, UV Gaming! Look at how close that heavy to the point is already. And every run from logs swarming all across that point. Needs some sort of miracle Ubersol here for Whiteglow to be able to hold it. He does get the Ubersol. He does Uber off, but he's gonna get juggled, get killed off, and logs is gonna get the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, UV just seemed to have given up on that one. Didn't seem to have a plan on how to deal with that massive Uber disadvantage. They've gone to a new round though with still 80 minutes left on the clock and only a 1-round disadvantage. Come on, UV. No, wait, I'm going for logs. Cancel that. Cancel that. We're on to another middle and it's Spirit against Hildreth once more. Spirit just opting to lay Sticky down. He's not going to detonate any. He's playing a bit of ground control here, playing for territory on that blue side. Sheepy onto Atomic though up top, and that allows all the players of logs to stream forward. Those stickies did nothing. Spirit gets taken out by a pipe from Hildreth, and UV just don't seem to have a plan on middle right there. Zooob bombs in, gets taken out, but did a lot of damage, and Ritalin with a little bit of an Uber advantage. They're trying to work the Sorum, but they're getting stalled out by a scout here actually. Sheepy does come in and get that kill onto Redzzzz. He's trying to buy his team enough time to get out, I guess. They don't even have charge. They're not going to contest this in the slightest play. It's going to be Uber versus Uber on last yet again.
UV Gaming's decided, let's just drop all the way back. Let's not have one of those sort of weird out-of-position fights all second, because it actually cost them the first round that they lost in this game, and the second one was simply because they got forced. And I think that's really what we can expect. Like, zooob is actually sniper right now, so I'm not really sure what's happening, but I think we can expect Hildreth to jump in again at some point, trying to force. But with furbo and Sheepy both going down and zooob running sniper, UV saying, you know what, let's just push this one. Force the Uber early. It's exactly what's going to happen. It's a very early force there. I like that one. It only took him like 3 or so seconds, but zooob gets the shot onto Atomic, and the meta gets caught out. This could be a train wreck for UV Gaming here.
Yeah, they're not playing for position after the Ubers fade. Whiteglow does eventually go down. Shifty bombs in. Forcing Whiteglow to dodge left and right. He is taken out, and this is just seems to be a repeating pattern here for logs, where they beat UV into some ill-advised play and then just clean up. The Russians are pretty gullible, it seems. And Atomic, the only man standing between Ritalin and Hildreth here on last, they back out. They're just going to keep that Uber advantage up. They're making the smart play. Zoob's even gone sniper here. He must just want some hero plays.
He already was. He actually shot down Atomic during that last push. And he's very much so like he doesn't really hit the most magnificent shots, but he gets the job done, I guess. And especially like furbo already said, probably after that first fight that he had with Redzzzz, he was like, no, I'm not on fire. You do it. So zooob is gonna run sniper at this moment in time. Redzzzz takes down Sheepy there, but I think Sheepy timed out apparently.
Rage quit.
I'm not really sure, because Hildreth said to me earlier there was a couple of moments of pause here. I'm not sure if that works on an STV demo or if it doesn't. I'm honestly not sure. They're going to say, are we going to pause? Yes, we are going to pause. So there's going to be a pause happening. I'm honestly not sure how long this takes. Honestly, I have no idea. I think Hildreth said to me it's a couple of minutes. I can double check that one, because Hildreth did speak to me about a second ago. And I'm going to say, yes, Animal, we are going to put the webcams back on just because we can, Admirable. So get your ass over to doing that.
Can't we just jump forward in the ticks, man?
He's saying at least 5 minutes. So I am going to look for the ticks. Or you can look for the ticks, Admirable, if you want. I honestly don't mind. You can look for that one, and I can just sit here and talking and plug in VanillaTV. That could be an option.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. So you go and find the ticks, and I'm just going to say hello. Once again, this is Valentine's Day. If you're already home and you were out with a girl, you messed up. And if you're watching this on your phone on the way back home, obviously you also messed up. Those are the two most important things I can tell you right now. What I cannot tell you is when this game actually goes live again. We're just looking that one up. This is logs.tf versus UV Gaming. actually have to sort of very quickly check on my second screen. This is the game that's going to be showing here today. This game has already happened a while back, and we didn't get to cover it. Very simply, there was a Premier game on at the time. I blame Crackland very much so for that one, just because I can. I honestly don't even know when you played Admirable, but you probably did at the exact same time that this insane game was on. And I like it so far. It was a crazy golden cap on the first map, Badlands, and now on Snakewater, we're seeing a good game once again. So I'd like to thank you so much for joining us here on Valentine's Day. Let us be the nerds that are your Valentine this year. And I really hope you enjoy the show, at least. I certainly do, because obviously this stuff... Oh, my webcam spazzed out there for a little bit. I'm sorry.
I'm going to give you a tick here. I want you to test it out, man. Try out 109000. Does that even make sense, or has my thing bugged out?
I'm going to check. And Animal, I will give you the confirmation if it is. I'm going to press resume. Does this work? I'm pausing in 10. Yes, that is correct. So we're going to go to 109,000, Animal. It seems good. I'm going to go back to 109,000 because I didn't pause it. I have to check. So I'm going to go back to 109,000. Admirable. I guess you can do the same. Gotta go back to the cast, so we're going to put our webcams off again. So our audio is perfectly fine. Again, thank you so much for watching. It's the last thing I wanted to say. And a shout out, by the way, before I forget, shout out to Cube, because Cube is saying that he pretty much got a relationship with both of us at Admirable. So I guess he deserves a shout out at this moment in time. That Cube boy, man. Seriously. All right.
Incredibly handsome.
He's incredibly... That hair, man. Seriously, that hair. You know that hair that you don't have? That hair. All right. So, 109,000 is going to be the tick we're going to go for. Animals ready. Admirable, you are ready, I guess.
So ready.
You're Admirable.
Never
so
stop
ready.
being ready.
Obviously, keep in mind the score's 2-1 at the moment, and logs.tf is pressuring towards UV Gaming's lost. We're going to go back into the game right now. 3, 2, 1, go. As we're going back live again, and we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. Uber is at over 90% and at 100%. I'm guessing logs.tf is going to play it a little bit secure after that unpause. Because obviously it took a little while. I remember Hildreth saying it took at least 5 minutes, so it took a little while. Usually you can see both teams take it easy there a little bit. UV Gaming's not going to have any of that. They're just going to push for second there straight off, James.
Yeah, UV come out, get forced. The counter Uber comes in from Ritalin. They have a few seconds to push off that, but already the back cap's happening. Furbo takes advantage of the distraction of that Uber versus Uber battle to work his way on to last. Gets that and gets a few humiliation frags there too. We're into another round. It's 3-1 logs, 15 minutes left here, Pledge.
Let's see, yeah, it's about half the map about is left. I'm really confused as to why you've actually pushed out on that one. I guess they were just feeling it. My HUD is broken. Animal saying that his HUD is broken. Mine is not. Just reload your HUD. You should be fine. As this fifth middle is actually going to happen right now. As logs.tf 3-1 in the lead against the UV. Frags are coming all over the place. Zooob and Atomic both go down. It's one soldier eats. Now the soldier of UV goes down though. And UV is pressuring here. They lost their soldier. Hildreth is reasonably weak. A lot of players on UV are reasonably weak as well though. As Redzzzz only on 15 HP. But Reko helping his buddy out there. Grabbing the health. And it's going to be a 4 versus 4. Both teams more or less have that Uber. Uber does not get forced yet onto Whiteglow. Very well played by him. As Shifty and Redzzzz exchange frags right now. There is a positional advantage here for logs. But are they going to be able to block the point? Yes, they are. UV blocks this point, and both teams are going to be playing this Uber versus Uber fight, where Whiteglow only now Ubers is quite a big of an advantage. Are they going to be able to make this work?
Yeah, at least 30% additional Uber there for the Russians as they just shore up there, get the heals in. But there's a Hildreth above them. They haven't spotted this guy, and zooob bombed in at the same time. Hildreth does get taken down. Zooob picks up a frag onto empty, and it's just set a cat amongst the pigeons here, and UV have given up position. They've lost their medic as well, and the blue team streams forward to take this point back, and I guess that worked out pretty well for them. Hildreth bombing in high there, taking control of the high ground and just messing with their minds, man.
Really messing with their minds as logs.tf got a great exchange out of that one. Really, again, it was that post-Uber fight. We spoke about this a couple of times already on Snakewater, that UV, every time they're done with the Uber, they seem to give up position. They really seem to not retreat or advance forward into a position that is very profitable for them, and logs.tf seems to do that, to take massive advantage out of that one, and it creates an advantage that really should win them this round, unless they mess up something heavily. Well, to be fair, Snakewater is one hell of a map to hold last with without Uber. So we'll have to wait and see right now as this Uber comes off, and UV's going to try and hold. They still don't lose any players. No medics lost, nothing lost at the start yet. And that was a great flash from Ritalin, actually, saving Hildreth there, who dropped down on the bottom. That's 2 frags now. It's not enough, as right now it's a 5 versus 4 scenario, but it might be enough right now as they get 2 more. The point gets capped, and logs.tf a 4-1 lead. And again, as we saw on Battlelands, after 18 minutes, there's a huge advantage on the scoreboard for logs.tf. Can they power through, or are they, on Battlelands, going to be able to drop it once again against the Russian/Latvian combo coming out for UV Gaming?
Yeah, UV need to stop overcommitting to every play they make. They're just getting wiped out way too often, and that means we're seeing so many situations where they're trying to hold on to last desperately. Right now we're on to another middle low, and the UV are trying to dominate that top side, but the stickies of Hildreth are well focused onto that soul drop top. And again, the scouts of Logs do an amazing job. They're just sitting there waiting for players to jump in, and they're focusing down anybody who makes a play for Ritalin. Furbo and Sheepy, they're doing big work. They did the same last, but it's crits, and I didn't even see it played.
Ritalin is 30 HP. No, I cannot make it to the map pack. I did not see the crit. I should have expected it, to be fair, because any time...
bomb.
It is the counter when Whiteglow goes down, but to be fair, they have Ritalin and Whiteglow have about the same spawn. It's not going to matter all that much, but the fact that they got him down, that's going to be a big deal, because there's not going to be a crits knocking on their door in about 30 seconds again. They're going to have to be able to take it a little bit easy, but to be fair, I said this before, I'm going to say it again, if Whiteglow's team is behind, he just runs the crit schemes. This is what he does. And for some reason, Logs decided to block this. I'm not sure if this is the right decision, James. They seem to be losing quite a bit of players, and Whiteglow, once again, we saw it in time now, he is running crit screen.
I think it is the right choice, in that some of the UV players did overextend it much too far away from their medic who had just spawned, so that was probably a decent read from Logs to come out and contest, get that one frag, and as soon as they had that man advantage, UV were right to back up because they have the crits, they want to make sure they get that up. That's a big part of their plan here. As they come through the saw room, it's Demo and Medic coming through alone. The crits has popped off. His first thing is no good.
Okay, so Ritalin has gone down already to M2. Bombed in at the same time that the crits happened. That's great coordination there, coming out from the Russians. Reko picks up 1 kill onto Sheepy at the moment. It's a 6 versus 4, obviously, with their medic still alive. I could only assume they're just going to rush forwards exactly what they do. 4 for 0 exchange, because they ran that crit script. I don't think Log saw it coming, or at least they weren't prepared for it there. As UV Game is going to storm onto last here, probably pick this one up, no problem whatsoever. 4-2, and they're picking back the score again. The last 10 minutes seem to be really a strength of UV Gaming as they pick up that crit streak and just keep going forwards.
What would happen if they just ran crits from the start, man? Would they actually win some maps here?
I'm not sure, man. I'm seriously not sure. He's doing it again. He's just running crit screen again. And I'm quite sure Whiteglow's going to do that for the next 10 minutes. He's gonna run it to the very end. As you have the 7th middle going live right now here on this game between logs.tf and the blue, where Ritalin goes down first. That's first blood for a medic. That's the worst thing that can happen to your team, I can tell you that one. As right now everyone from UV sits into that corner, tries to protect Whiteglow. It is going to work out, and really logs.tf, they're fighting for this quite bravely, but really... They're getting flanked,
There's a soldier behind it, zooob. He's been spotted though, get focused down by Scout and Demo Spirit. No, this drop comes in, Hildreth laying down a carpet of stickies there. Whiteglow unable to save himself with that crits Krieg, man. That's what you sacrifice when you go crits Krieg. No invulnerability. And he's down, man. That one never even happened. Stillborn crits Krieg.
Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. As Logs is going to try and move forwards here. As Whiteglow's still running the crits Krieg as he got back to regular Medigun. He is still running that crits Krieg, but he sat in spawn for quite a bit of time there. He's not going to have an advantage, if anything, over Ritalin at this moment in time. 30% versus 10%. Whiteglow's going to have to catch up and then try and overtake him for at least a couple of seconds, because that's really when the crits is vulnerable. Is where you have that couple of seconds window where the medic is not going to have Uber, but he's going to be in position to Uber in. Obviously, logs.tf, while being 4-2 ahead, they're not going to take massive amounts of risks in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're just chilling out. Is Whiteglow running the crits? That's the question I have. Yes, of course he is. They're building it up, but they are well aware that Logs are going to have Uber in time to counter that. There's a sticky trap here positioned on the storeroom, so Spirit is reading that they're going to come from that side. It's been spotted though. The crits comes in as well. It's just a safe sort of crits to try and force off that Uber charge. They do get the force, but now they've separated Soldier from the combo. He's just about stayed alive there on Cheese. That's Atomic with 88 HP. And only Redzzzz goes down there for UV, so that means they have the crits advantage if they can start building. They've given up the point though, so now Logs really have all the freedom in the world to just sit back and let UV try and crits on them, but they're coming dangerously close into that crit range. If they can count Ubers, they know they don't have it just yet, but they will have it very soon, and that's the point at which they need to make themselves scarce around that lobby. They got to stay well back. They don't want to die.
Actually, backing all the way out. Sheepy has timed out as well. I'm not sure if we're going to see a second pause, but for now, what we are going to see is a crit streak push here onto second. Are Logs going to let it be, or are they going to be able to contest this? It looks like they're going to let it be for now, especially now that Hildreth's gone down. Great ball by MT once again. MT really seems to be doing work from time to time. I haven't seen. Does he have an alias or something, Admirable, as far as you know? Because I don't think I've ever heard of him, but obviously I know quite a bit of Russian players because I've costed loads of them. I don't know who it is. Doesn't matter, as we can right now see the Uber coming off. 4 Logs who are playing 5 versus 6 at this moment in time. Sheepy is not back into the game. Crit's now going to get popped off though here, but Whiteglow already goes down. It's not going to matter, but as Ritalin goes down as well, everyone from UV can actually go into this fight. It's a 2 versus 3, and I do not think UV Game is going to mind that 2 versus 3 whatsoever. They're going to try and fight for the zooob, 1 HP. Zooob is going to get shot down. Shifty gets 1, but Red shoots him down. As now Hildreth's going to be the last one to come in, but Hildreth might actually overextend here. So now right now Soldier's chasing him out, 36 HP, 124, picks up the health back, and he is going to be able to get out of there while Sheepy reconnects to the game, and we're going to have a 6 versus 6 again in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I do actually have one interesting fact about Empty, aka the smiley face guy.
Yeah.
And I always wheel it out anytime I cast his games. When I used to play MGE many moons ago, he was always this guy who would leave anytime he was losing. Like, he's good. He's definitely a good soldier. But he really coveted his MGE score, his rating above anything else. Anytime he was going to lose a game, he would just leave. Maybe that's fine in Russia, but most people thought that was foul play. And now we see a crits coming in here anyway, Pledge. And no real frags coming directly from the crits, but there's a lot of supplementary flags coming in on the flanks there. Spirit goes down, Shifty just standing beside him with a shotgun, repeatedly blasting him in the face with it. Does eventually succumb to his wounds, but Ritalin now has the uber charge advantage. He's got Sheepy here to build with that Boston Basher. Empty's going to try and bomb ahead. Ritalin just about surfs out on that little rocket there. And actually Sheepy is able to capitalize on that aggression from Empty by turning it into a frag zip onto Redzzzz as well. And an uber advantage here for Ritalin. A sort of permanent uber advantage in that he knows that his opposition medic has crits. So as long as you read it well and don't die to crits when you know they have it.
One rocket! Ooh, what a hell of a flash of Ritalin, preventing that his own death and Shifty's death are going to happen there. That was really like a split-second decision there for Ritalin. Now out of position though, oh my god, that was actually like one of the best flashes I've seen in a long time. Up against one of the worst positional moves I've seen in a long time. As right now, even the spy stab from MT now comes in. Apparently the guy can do more than playing MGE on Soldier, but we can see as Hildreth's the only player alive. UV is going to pick up the second point, no problem. They need to move forward, though. That's what they're going to do. There's not a lot of time left. 4 minutes, and they're 2 caps down. Are we going to see the exact same ending as we saw in Battlelands? But instead of having 3-all, we're going to see 4-all. I'm very curious to see if that's going to happen. I really hope it does.
It's going to be tough for them. I do see a spy here, Empty, switching it up to spy. I am going to find his POV. They've got spy and crits, Kriegman. They've got eggs in many baskets. They got lots of options here. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's see. We do see the spy still coming out. UV spy MT is going to move here into last. Also known as the smiley face guy. Sees the sniper. Does get spotted. He's going to go for the sniper. Okay, he takes out the sniper. Very solid pick there. Takes out the sniper and then they crit streak in. It's a nice coordination here. And UV Gaming is going to pick up a point for free. I love it. It's very clear, very simple. Take down the sniper. gives you a clear way in with the crit streak, and that's pretty much how they played it out. Well played. I can only imagine Whiteglow still on crits. Yes, he is. Whiteglow, the medic, we all know and love for his crit streak play, as he did with Team Russia in the Nations Cup, if you guys can remember that. That was a couple of fantastic series that we saw coming out of Russia against, I think it was Sweden, and we saw them against Norway at some point as well, and even against, I think against Israel they beat. So right now, this pretty much that entire team is playing this game as Hildreth goes down first, and that's not a good start to a map that can even lose you this game if you lose this middle, as now the frags are coming pretty much all over the place, but Hildreth will be very, very missed.
Yeah, nice counter bomb there from zooob and Shifty to just hold back the UV tide there. Actually picked up some nice frags, big damage, but they haven't remembered that the crits is still in play. Oh, but they do clean up that demo, man. Ritalin doing a great job of avoiding those stickies running around the flank there. And Whiteglow goes down as well. That could have gone the other way if Spirit could just have connected with a few of those stickies. Needed that medic pick, or even to kill anybody there. He could have killed the soldier, the scout, and then the medic, but decided to chase after the medic and fail.
Fail. It's pretty much as best as I can say it. People are saying I was a little bit ahead of the stream, basically. So I was a little bit ahead, so I paused my stream for about a second or so, and then I'm now moving forwards. As I recommend you do the same. Apparently you're a little bit ahead as well, as Animal lagged a little bit. But obviously after that second, we're also back. We're all synced, and this can be a cracker. This can be a cracker of an ending. As with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock, Logs is looking good, but are they going to be good enough to actually pick this one up, or are they going to say no? They are actually pushing forwards. They could have just hold for 30 seconds and it was fine. If they lose this one, it might just go completely insane. If they cap it, it's the nail in the coffin though, and it looks like they are going to cap it. But there's only one scout left alive. Furbo, where are you? There he comes, takes down a demo. Not going to be able to take that.
Still a scout here. Oh, he gets the demo. Oh wow, I might have synced with you now, man.
Yeah.
I think I paused for too long.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Doesn't matter, it's only a minute left, so we'll manage to make this work, guys. We were in sync for 59 minutes and a golden cap, and we managed to mess it up at the end. Not really gonna matter though. Zoopy Gaming very simply does not have the time anymore. They're gonna try, they're gonna see if they can make something happen, but I can only assume it's gonna be a 5-3 after this one, because the Russians are gonna push out on this one. I don't know if you guys can hear Sheepy on the stream, but I can over here as Whiteglow and Spirit are the only ones left alive. They're gonna push on into last, do a lot of damage, cap the 5-3, and I can only assume it is going to be 5-3. There we actually go. As the 5-3 comes off, players are leaving the game. GG's and well played to being called. And after a crazy second game here on Snakewater, we're going to be able to get a 5-3 scoreline out of logs.tf. Well played to them. Great play, and obviously that air pipe on the last. I actually did see the air pipe, but I was definitely too busy with words to actually, because we were out of sync, to actually manage to make it happen. But again, Sheepy's actually saying thank you for pausing. So great, great sportsmanship coming out of the players. I'm going to turn my webcam back on here for the outro real quick, as this game is going to be over, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, officially over 60 minutes and a golden cap to completely finish this game off. And logs.tf is actually going to pick this one up. Golden cap on Badlands, making it 4-3, and actually 5-3. No golden cap whatsoever here onto the second map, which was Snakewater. That's a great victory there for logs.tf. Quite a good one, to be fair. Obviously, you knew the score already, James. Now that you've seen the game, is there anything you experienced differently than you thought it would happen or not?
Looking at the numbers doesn't tell me much about the game. I didn't see the logs or anything, you know. I just glanced at the ETF2L profile page and painting me out to be a villain here, Pledge. But yeah, I think I remembered that logs were going to win.
Yeah, that was it. But okay, if that was it, obviously I don't really mind all that much. I'm gonna exit my team for soon. I'm gonna say thank you so much for joining here, guys. This was more or less an experiment for us. We really tried to make this work. I've been working all afternoon at the splash screen. We've been working on the stream and everything. Me and Animal have been working for an hour or so before the stream, and Admirable has been working out today. He looks super handsome for you guys. Well played to him, by the way. He does look super handsome, actually. We're going to try and do this more often for you guys, at least if it's up to me. I think Admirable is going to need to work on his stage fright. So do I, by the way, because obviously you need to bulk up a little bit and look handsome, because we're representing Team Fortress 2, basically, as here on VanillaTV. We're going to try and get a step further into costing pretty much. That are costing pretty much everything, and with I mean me, because I'm just costing a shitload of games nowadays. We're going to try and up it up a little bit. I saw Ali had a webcam, so maybe we're able to play that out with him as well. And now that Admirable and me have a webcam, obviously we can actually do something here. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us here at VanillaTV. James, any final words? I can see you're smiling. You're reading the chat, aren't you?
I don't have cancer. Just like to confirm that. Well, I don't know for sure.
It's because you have a white shirt. I think that's one of the main reasons. Like it.
No, I'm just a white man. I'm pasty. Need to hit those.
You're Irish, of course.
Need to hit the sunbeds.
You guys don't have sun, ever.
I'll get some fake tan for the next cast. Don't worry, man. I'll be bronzed up.
Alright. Well, I'm looking forward to that one at least. As the next cast we're going to do like this. Honestly, I have no idea when. No idea exactly what's going to happen, but for us this week at least, it's going to be the end of VanillaTV. On Sunday, we're going to be back with the next cast. Not sure which game, not sure which casters. I don't really mind, but this has been it for VanillaTV here on Valentine's Day. We hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. It was a little bit crazy, obviously, with webcams on and off and audio settings. It was a test for us to see how it worked out. Please give us your feedback, what you thought of the cast, if there was any sort of issues or something. We will work to improve, as we always have here at VanillaTV. I'm going to try and make this work as much as possible. And oh my god, Fireball's doing it. The professionalism gets thrown out of the corner as I'm going to have to finish this on a... Thanks so much for watching, guys. And Admirable is, it's basically like ESEA last night. Have you read up on that one, Admirable?
A quest here from my boy Hildreth. He requested shirtless. There you go.
I have no nose. I have a
Take a picture. It lasts longer, bro.
Yeah, take a picture. Thanks so much for watching, guys, at VanillaTV. It is a splendid Admirable with Animal on the stream. Big shout out to Animal, by the way. You guys need to keep that dude in check because the quality that you see in everything as much as possible is all due to Animal. We're pretty much just simpletons casting these games. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back after the weekend. On Sunday is when we will be back. We hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. Have a very good evening. Sleep tight. And obviously, shout out to my man Admirable for doing this. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys right after the weekend. Have a very great weekend. And sleep tight.
Peace.